In a democratic society, the government's policies and actions have a profound impact on the lives of its citizens. From economic regulations to social programs, public policies shape the fabric of our communities and the opportunities available to individuals and organizations. However, in a nation as diverse as the United States, competing interests and values often clash when it comes to determining the direction of public policy. This is where interest groups play a crucial role, serving as a bridge between the public and policymakers, advocating for specific causes, and influencing the political process. Interest groups are organizations that represent the collective interests of their members and work to influence public policy in their favor. These groups can take various forms, from professional associations and trade unions to environmental organizations and consumer advocacy groups. While some interest groups pursue narrow, specific goals, others adopt broader agendas aimed at promoting the public interest. Interest groups can be broadly categorized into two types: public interest groups and special interest groups. Public interest groups, as the name suggests, aim to promote policies that benefit society as a whole or address issues of widespread concern. Examples of public interest groups include environmental organizations like the Sierra Club, consumer advocacy groups like Consumer Reports, and civil rights organizations like the NAACP. On the other hand, special interest groups represent the interests of a particular industry, profession, or segment of society. These groups often lobby for policies that directly benefit their members or protect their economic interests. Examples of special interest groups include trade associations like the National Association of Manufacturers, professional organizations like the American Medical Association, and industry groups like the National Rifle Association. Interest groups employ various strategies to influence public policy and shape the decisions of policymakers. One of the most common tactics is lobbying, which involves direct communication with legislators, government officials, and other decision makers. Lobbyists from interest groups may provide expert testimony, share research and data, or advocate for specific policy positions. Another strategy used by interest groups is public education campaigns. These campaigns aim to raise awareness about particular issues and mobilize public support for their cause. Interest groups may use various mediums, such as advertising, social media, and grassroots organizing, to educate the public and garner support for their policy agenda. Political action committees, PACS, are another powerful tool used by interest groups to influence the political process. PACs are organizations that raise and contribute money to political campaigns, allowing interest groups to financially support candidates who share their policy goals. While PACs are legally required to disclose their contributions and expenditures, their influence on elections and policymaking has been a subject of ongoing debate and concern. Lobbyists play a crucial role in representing the interests of various groups and organizations to policymakers. They engage in a range of activities, including meeting with lawmakers, providing expert testimony, and advocating for specific policy positions. Lobbyists can be employed directly by interest groups or work for specialized lobbying firms that represent multiple clients. Regulations and disclosure requirements govern the activities of lobbyists, aimed at promoting transparency and accountability. Lobbyists are typically required to register with the appropriate government bodies and disclose their clients, expenditures, and the specific issues they are lobbying on. The involvement of interest groups in the policymaking process is a double-edged sword. On one hand, interest groups play a vital role in representing diverse interests and providing valuable expertise and information to policymakers. They give voice to various segments of society and help ensure that a wide range of perspectives are considered in the policymaking process. There are also concerns about the undue influence of wealthy and powerful interests and the potential for corruption and conflicts of interest. Critics argue that well-funded special interest groups can wield disproportionate influence, drowning out the voices of less affluent or underrepresented groups. Additionally, the revolving door between government and lobbying firms has raised questions about the impartiality of policymakers and the potential for personal or financial gain to influence decision making. To address these concerns, various reforms and regulations have been proposed and implemented over the years. These include campaign finance reforms, stricter disclosure requirements, and limitations on lobbying activities. Additionally, efforts have been made to strengthen ethics rules and increase transparency in the policymaking process. Ultimately, the influence of interest groups is a complex issue that reflects the inherent tensions and trade-offs in a democratic system. While interest groups play a vital role in representing diverse interests and providing valuable information to policymakers, there is an ongoing need to strike a balance between their influence and the broader public interest. Continued vigilance, transparency, and accountability measures are necessary to ensure that the policymaking process remains fair, ethical, and responsive to the needs of all citizens.